Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
And listeners, how are you?
If you're wondering, yes, both of us did put our ears next to the microphone as if you would speak out to us and tell us how you are.
See, the thing is, I don't put my ear to the microphone because usually I don't listen out of the microphone. But I just looked toward where an audience would be watching us.
Oh.
So you may put your ear to the microphone, but I did not do that.
I put my ear to the microphone because I'm speaking into the microphone. So naturally, if someone were to speak back to me other than you, if the audience were to speak back to me, it would be out of the microphone. It just makes sense. That's science, Sam.
Yes.
Anyway, welcome to episode 19.
The big 1-9.
The big 1-9 of Disney Channel Original Noobies. Today we're going to talk about the 2000 film
This is a weird one.
Stepsister for Planet Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, but before we do that, I should say my name is Joanna.
Oh, and I should say my name is Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Joanna. How's it going? So, full disclosure, before we get into this movie, we watched this movie about 2.5 weeks ago, I would say.
Also, we apologize for the delay in this episode.
Never apologize.
We apologize for the delay.
Nope. It's just coming out.
It's okay. All right. So
We specifically
deal
don't
with it.
We specifically don't apologize.
Get over it.
And we were telling you that this episode is coming out 3 weeks after the last one because we have moved recently.
Yes, we just moved. Life was a little bit hectic, would you say?
Yeah, I would say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we bought a dang house.
Yeah, we bought a house and then we moved into it. So no apologies. That's why this episode is delayed.
So guess what? Like it or lump it. You ever heard that expression before?
No.
I don't know if it was a real expression or not, but I think we heard it growing up. And I think my sister just kept saying it because it sounds so stupid. So I don't know if she just misheard the expression or if that's what it actually is. And it's a very dumb expression, but I like it.
No, I have never heard that before.
Well, like it or lump it.
So, Stepsister from Planet Weird.
Yeah, so this was a fun one. And by fun, I mean it was a movie.
That is a fact. It was indeed a movie.
So from what I remember, and again, we watched this almost 3 weeks ago, is basically the premise of this movie is that a girl named Megan, who's the protagonist, has a single mother, and her mother starts dating a very, very, very strange man.
The strangest, some would say.
Yes, I would say that. Who has an equally, maybe not equally, but close to as strange daughter.
Yeah, very strange.
And the mother and the father get married, and this is now the protagonist's stepsister, who is very weird.
Well, they are not married yet. You just jump to the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
spoiler alert. They get married.
They're in the works to get married throughout the movie.
Yeah, they get engaged. And then the premise of the movie is that Megan and Ariel, the two daughters, are trying to thwart their relationship.
And there's not really much else about this movie, but we'll try to get into some of it for our listeners and in case they haven't seen it.
Yes, this episode, we are just going to do a word-for-word recreation of the movie.
From memory.
Yes, from memory. I've only seen this movie once, 3 weeks ago.
I may have seen it twice, but we'll see. All right, so I'll start. I'll be the parts of Megan and Cutter and Cosmo.
Okay, I'm going to be the parts of Mom, Ariel, and the little brother.
I genuinely forgot that there was a little brother until right now. That's how big of a part of this movie. Yeah. All right, I'll start. Hi, I'm Megan. I love windsurfing and wind so much.
I am Ariel, and thou art strange. Wind is thine enemy.
Whoa, I'm Cutter, bro. I also love wind and chips.
I'm the little brother. You're an alien.
Whoa, I'm Cosmo. I like a lot of snacks and stuff like that, I think. I don't really remember. I know I just don't like wind.
I'm the mother.
Whoa, the mother's hot. I like her.
My character trait is that I'm a hot mom and a cool mom. I have a windsurfing shop.
And that's it.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.
Wow, that's pretty good, I think.
I think so too.
And a little, kind of let the audience in on this. That was off script. We didn't even write that ad or anything. That was totally off the dome.
Okay, anyway. So we open up. There's windsurfing. Megan is clearly having a dream. Like, crazy things happen. She gets the boy of her dreams. Because she's dreaming.
People think she's popular.
And
Something weird happens. Oh, her parents get back together.
Yeah. But then she wakes up. We find out that her parents are newly divorced, I think.
Yeah, at least somewhat newly. Her father was too much of a businessman to be in a relationship.
Yeah. He was basically an absent dad, even though he wasn't really absent. He was just working all the time. They're living without dad. Mom is serving soup for breakfast.
Yeah, she's acting very weird since the divorce or breakup, whatever the situation is. And the little brother, Trevor, is obsessed with aliens and Men in Black and wants to be a Men in Black.
Yes, and he doesn't really understand grammar, but I'm going to let that go because he's a child, yeah.
And the mother's also going on a lot of dates, or at least talking about going on dates.
Yeah. And Megan is about it. That's the scientific word for it.
Trevor's on board.
Yeah, Trevor doesn't care. Whatever.
I think he's psyched.
I don't think we get enough of Trevor to know. You didn't even remember that Trevor was in the movie, but so we don't know.
I'm delving back
Trevor
into the
feels.
psyche of Trevor, and that's what I gather. We also we find out from the first scene too, but that Megan is not popular, but she was popular for 1 week in school because she said she was Jules' cousin.
That was amazing.
How'd they find out? This is pre Google or any of that. Well, Google existed, but not to the same extent. How'd they find out she wasn't Jules' cousin?
Just because Google wasn't around doesn't mean that high-class stalking wasn't around.
No, how would you even stalk people back in the day? It doesn't even, besides physically being at their house.
Yeah, someone was probably following her because she's Jules' cousin.
Do you think someone followed Jewel? And that's what I found out?
Yeah. They followed Jewel until she went to her cousin's house, and they realized that Megan was Jewel's cousin. Right, yeah. Everyone only has one cousin. Yeah,
right,
that's the rule, Sam.
Right. No, we learned that in Johnny Tsunami. I forgot about that. Oh, okay. Now that makes sense then. Okay. So Megan's master plan generally is she wants to become popular, so she can date this guy Cutter, who's this boy she dreams about and obsesses about.
And Cutter is kind of an idiot.
He's great.
I don't know what Megan sees in him.
Okay, those are fighting words. Cutter is fantastic.
Sam, what do you see in Cutter?
We'll get more into this throughout the movie. But Cutter's a very big...
Are you blushing?
How dare you? This is an audio medium, okay? For all the audience knows, you could be lying right now. I mean, I am blushing, but...
Sorry for giving up your secrets.
Yeah, so she wants to become popular so she could date Cutter, and he is into windsurfing now. Her mother owns a windsurfing shop or whatever it is, a surf shop, and so they kind of communicate with each other, but she's very awkward. when talking to Cutter at all times.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a realistic part. I feel like teens are awkward around each other.
Yeah.
Especially when they have a crush.
He tries to eat one of her chips. She's like, yeah, I'll have a chip. And he's like talking about different
it's
types
sour
of
cream and onion, I think. Maybe.
barbecue and
Salt and vinegar?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What's a chip?
Pretty early on, we meet the man Cosmo Cola.
Yes, which I kind of liked that. That was funny.
Who is, I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but I assume he had a Jufro. Is that right?
Not that extreme, but if he grew it out for another month, it would be.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so the mom starts dating this guy, Cosmo Cola, and he looks strange, he acts strange, and he speaks strangely.
The mom is having a great time. She's going out every night.
Wait, we didn't get into how they met.
Oh, yeah. Tell us how they met.
So how they met was the mother, who's also into windsurfing, is surfing, and he freaks out seeing her surfing and like swims across the lake to kind of save her from the wind. And she's like, it's the wind. I need it to do the windsurfing. And he thinks like he saved her life.
And then when she says, I'm windsurfing, I need it, he just thinks she's very brave.
Yes.
And she thinks it's nice because even though she did not need saving, he was still willing to save her.
Yes. It was a guy going out of his way to try to help her from something she didn't need help from.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
So it was like kind of unique. Like, how'd they even think of doing that in a movie like this? It's just so unrealistic. This is definitely the most unrealistic part of the movie. He tried to wind-splain to her how...
No, you don't get how wind works. It's dangerous.
Yes, queen. And soon thereafter, so they're dating. I think that's like a montage of her like coming back from dates or going on dates.
Yeah, coming back from dates. Megan staying up. The mom coming back with all these little things that
like
Cosmo
trinkets
gave her.
And stuff. Yeah.
And then finally, Megan stops waiting up.
Yeah. And then soon thereafter, she meets Cosmo for the first time because he was coming over for a date. So he comes over. He like picks her up, like hugs her, and she's like, "That's strange." And then the brother comes over and he like wrestles with the little brother Trevor, which is also very strange. The first time they're meeting each other.
So I thought picking up Megan, definitely weird, but wrestling the little brother, I didn't think that was that weird.
That's just me.
I don't know.
Just saying.
I mean, I guess because it's the first time that they met, but it seems like that's how Trevor plays.
Yeah. Oh, he was into it. He was fine with it. There was no stranger danger there for Trevor. So that wasn't the issue.
Oh, and Trevor immediately
calls him an alien.
Yeah.
And shoots him with a gun.
Cosmo's like, yup.
Caught me. I'm a good one though.
Yeah.
And and also Cosmo says that Ariel, his daughter, is waiting in the car because it's too windy.
And she's afraid of the wind.
Yeah. And everyone's like, okay, sure.
So Megan is sent outside to go help Ariel, who is not actually in the car, but under the car.
She's underneath the damn car.
Mm-hmm. And then we kind of have a time turner moment. We go back in time.
I liked this.
The two perspectives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the rewind thing because you're like, oh, that was unexpected. Even the second time it happened, I was like, I, again, did not expect that to happen.
Yeah, no, it was, that was clever. And then you go back to where we first met Megan, that point in time, except we are meeting Ariel for the first time. So we're getting her perspective. And for both of them, they're writing in their diaries. And that's how we get their story.
Right.
And for Ariel, when she's writing in her diary, she's writing in the air. And then she sends like the words into a bottle of some sort. And I thought that was a really cool way to write in a diary.
Can I say something really stupid?
Yes, please.
I didn't realize that's what she was doing. Because I think I brought this up to you when we were watching it. I was like, is she doing like spells in the air? Like, I don't understand. Because I didn't realize, now I'm realizing now, that we were getting the story from Megan writing in her diary. I didn't get that either.
I mean, she says "Dear Diary,"
Oh.
and they show her writing.
Oh, I know. And now I'm just realizing it. But the fact that she was writing in the air, I was like, it looks like out of like The Mummy or something. I was like, is it like spells or what's happening here? So that's very funny now.
That was her diary.
And then she writes a letter later on to the
boyfriend.
My God. The fact that I didn't get that is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Whew.
I'm here for you, Sam.
All right, so up until this point in the movie, when it rewinds the first time, it's about maybe 10, 15 minutes in at most. And it's already, like, off the rails. And it just gets wackier.
Thank you for using the word wacky. It is not used enough.
That's okay. Just wacky, waving, inflatable men.
Yeah, that's the only time it's used. But wacky should be used more often.
Okay. Well,
it's a good word.
It was that. It be that, so. And so it rewinds, it's Ariel's point of view, and immediately starts to show that she is a pink globe of gas.
From the planet Zirculon? Does that sound right?
Maybe.
Something like that. Zirculon, if that's the name of the planet, is at war. Her parents were freedom fighters, and
they try to leave.
Yeah. They were on the run or on the float.
Nice.
Yeah, they were on the float.
Nice.
And I mean, obviously her mom died, but
she popped.
She popped.
She popped.
They popped her.
Yeah, you saw she like the wind or something got her. And
yeah, I didn't know she popped her if she was like blown away.
Oh, she was blown away, but then she also
popped.
Yeah. In a bad way. Yeah.
That's rough.
Yikes, or
Anyway, we're gonna move on.
All right. What's her name again? Ariel is dating the Emperor's son. The Emperor's like in charge, and the Emperor's kind of going after the father.
Right. The Emperor it seems like he's the one that's causing the war. He's not a very good emperor.
Yeah, he doesn't like things being good. It's very controlling. Yeah. It's a very controlling emperor over the people. So the mother dies, and they need like carbon dioxide to survive, I think it is. That's why they drink soda so often or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they're chugging that soda.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're bubbles, and they came to Earth and turned into people.
Which I don't understand that process, but okay.
They should have turned into some other animal or something. That'd be cool.
Jellyfish?
That seems terrible. Are you thinking that because of, like, pink blobs?
Yeah. Oh, blobfish? They should have turned into blobfish.
No, I'd become... if you become an animal, what would you be? Which one?
A house cat.
Okay, that's a pretty good one.
Thank you.
Either a cat or a dog is probably the best one because you have like no stress in your life whatsoever, unlike other animals.
But that's why I like to specify a house cat, not like a stray cat.
I'd be a chipmunk. Like a little.
Just because you like chipmunks?
Yeah, they're cool. Little cute little buggers.
I'm feeling their little cheeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I eat so many nuts and seeds.
You already are a chipmunk.
How often do you think they get a little like pebble in there?
Often.
They're like, ugh, pebble. Ugh.
Gross.
It's a gross nut.
That's what she said.
Oh no. So they came to Earth. They had a lot of diamonds. I guess they're prevalent in their world. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's how they were like surviving off of.
Yeah.
So they buy all their soda. They go to Costco and trade in some diamonds. They also just turn into bubbles whenever.
Yeah, and they float around in water.
Yes, in sinks.
Specifically in sinks.
Yeah.
It's very, I don't get that.
In bubblers.
I don't get the whole, how they turn into humans, why they float around in sinks.
Yes, I agree. Oh, and also soda makes their voices high-pitched. Or like robots. I don't know. It didn't make any sense at all.
And I feel like that wasn't consistent.
Not at all. He drinks soda all the time.
Yeah. It was only in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. I think it happened maybe once later on. But she said she was putting on a voice or whatever. Ariel. Whatever. Who cares? It literally doesn't matter at all. So the daughter finally comes in. Oh, there's also the reverse montage of the father going on the dates.
Which was cute.
from Ariel's perspective. I did like that too. And then finally the daughter comes in. Now we're back to present day, quote unquote present day, back to where the first rewind happened. Ariel comes in finally. She gets over her fear of the wind for a second, and she goes into the bathroom and just turns into a bubble in the sink.
As we all do.
Yes.
You forgot something really important with Ariel's perspective. The introduction of Serena, the
Williams?
psychic.
Oh.
Their neighbor.
Yeah.
That was it. Just
I didn't
they
care
have a
for-
neighbor
I
named
didn't
Serena.
care for anything about Serena at all in this movie.
She was a psychic. She wasn't a good psychic. And yeah.
She added so little to this movie.
I think she had cats.
Exactly. Yeah, so she turns into a bubble. She comes out just drenched, and people are like, why are you soaking wet?
I fell into the sink.
She does three things, which are crazy. Well, she does two things that are crazy. She goes to the sink, she gets drenched, and then she says she doesn't like food, and she just sits at the table, not eating any food.
That was the most unrealistic part of this movie for me.
And then the most unrealistic part happens right after it, which is when the parents say they're already engaged. They've known each other for like a hot second.
I was kind of okay with that.
Well, because of the title of the movie.
That, and I mean, people do get engaged quickly.
I guess. Okay.
That didn't bother me.
How about him being a freak?
That was a little bothersome.
Okay, fair. And how about the fact that Megan's the only one that notices that they're weird?
Well, the little brother notices they're weird, but he's just too young to care.
Maybe he embraces it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, he might think that they're just playing.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. And the brother keeps saying that they're both aliens, the daughter and the father.
Oh yeah, the entire movie.
Yeah. He loves them.
But they're good aliens.
And okay, this movie just keeps getting more and more bizarre as it goes. Like I thought when we saw the bubble world and when we saw like him being afraid of the wind, I thought that was strange. And then this stuff is more realistic, but somehow makes the movie stranger.
I think it's because it's strange things happening in the real world as we know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might
It
be
just seems out of place.
Yeah, so they start going to school. Ariel, I guess, wasn't in school up until that point because, I mean, she's not, like, a human, really. So I guess it doesn't really matter. There's no record of her. And she goes to school with Megan. And she's weird. Like, Ariel's very weird. She acts bizarrely. Like, she wears weird clothing, whatever. And everyone is obsessed with her immediately at the school.
They think she's really pretty.
But even more than pretty, like, they obsessed with her clothing. They're obsessed with the things she says. Like, the girls wouldn't care if she's pretty.
They would.
Really?
Not for the same reasons the boys would. But
They don't want to fuck her, the other girls?
some of them might.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, this was not the direction I thought the movie was going in, especially because she's just so weird.
I thought it would be, I have to, like, get this fucking weirdo through school in one piece.
Exactly.
But nope. Exact opposite.
So she rides her bike to school and she like flips over the handlebars. And then later that day, everyone decides that they want to flip over the handlebars of their bike. It's the cool thing to do. There are rumors circulating about who she is and where she's from. And one of them was that she dated Prince William. One of the rumors.
Yep.
Excellent.
She's good at math.
She's good at math. She sings.
Oh, she's actually good at math, though.
Yeah.
And she's actually good at singing and playing piano.
She's like a star child.
Oh, the other rumor was that she tutored Bill Gates.
Oh.
That was a cool one.
That was a cool one. I like that.
I think it was more like her aura was what people were obsessed with.
Her gaseous aura.
Yeah. The CO2 emitting from her body. Yeah. Oh, and she's also at the popular table.
Yeah, she gets invited immediately. I love that when she's at the popular table, you keep getting shots of her face, and she looks so bored.
She looks so bored. And
she looks dead inside.
And you hear like the dumbest conversations revolving around her.
I did like that. That was funny.
This does get Megan to the popular table.
Dreams do come true.
That's right. I think this is what... Oh, and also... Oh, wait, you have anything else from school you want to talk about?
Yeah. By the end of the day, Everyone is dressing like her.
There you go. Yep.
Where did they get those clothes?
It's like in, what was the movie with the brainwashing with saving the world? Oh, the superhero one.
Up, Up, and Away.
Yeah, and Up and Away when all the kids are just wearing all the blue clothing or the red clothing. But they got it from school.
Yeah, they got it from home. Where did these kids get these clothes?
No, it's very funny.
The clothes aren't anything like they were wearing before.
No, they're like kind of hippie, pinkish, purplish, whatever. I don't know how to describe the clothing she was wearing. The more I think about it.
I think you just did describe it.
Yeah.
Hippie,
It wasn't
pinkish,
like tie-dye, though. It was like...
flowy.
Yeah. Like what a hippie grandmother would wear now.
Okay.
Like
All
what my
right.
mom's going to wear in 10 years. That's the type of clothing she was into. And after... I think it was just one school day. It seems like one school day. Maybe it was multiple,
I
but
think
who
it was
knows?
one school day.
I think now is when like Megan was trying to teach Ariel how to windsurf to like have her do something else outside the house. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they want to teach Ariel to windsurf. Megan's like in the water windsurfing, and she looks to the beach and she sees Ariel
talking
with Cutter.
to Cutter.
Yeah, and she's like, "This is not going to happen on my watch."
And that's when we flip perspectives again.
Right,
And we go back
rewind.
to Ariel's perspective and her view of the first day of school. And we get more dead face at lunch.
Yes. And we hear more up close and personal of the very boring conversations happening around her, which she does not care for whatsoever.
I believe she calls someone vapid.
And they're like, "Yeah, I am vapid."
I think I got my vapid back.
I think, I mean, who cares with the school day? Because we already lived through it the first time. Then we go to the part at the beach where Cutter is talking to Ariel. She just does not care about the conversation at all. And he asks her to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, just straight up. Will you be my girlfriend? And
Whoa.
Dude.
Tubular.
This is the first time they've talked. And he wants her to be his girlfriend.
Good for him to be so assertive. Do you want to go steady with me?
Wait, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll go steady with you.
When you first heard that term, did you think it meant study?
Going steady?
Yeah.
No.
When did you first hear it?
I feel like I watched Grease when I was young and
Dude,
heard it.
100% it was Grease. Either Grease or like Happy Days or one of those shows. Was that what it was called? Happy Days?
Yeah. I definitely heard it in Grease. And I, for some reason, knew that it was boyfriend, girlfriend, not studying.
See, I thought it was more than boyfriend, girlfriend. I thought it was like you just hang out together constantly for a week. That's what I thought steady meant for like the longest time.
Oh, so do you want to be my conjoined twin for a week, basically?
Yeah. That's basically what I thought it meant. I didn't understand. I was also like 6 or 7, probably. That's a pretty good excuse.
That's amazing. That's a really good interpretation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where we leave off. Okay, so yeah, he asked if she would be his girlfriend. She just doesn't respond at all. And then Megan comes onto the beach and just like totally unloads an Ariel and like yells at her and it's like, "Why are you doing this?" And Ariel's like, let's just go. I just want to go home. I just want to go back to my planet. Fuck all y'all. I want to be out of here.
And Megan is like, "Wait, you want to go home?
And not have your dad marry my mother?
Let's do this thing. Let's hatch an evil plan."
Their plan isn't that great, I feel, but they kind of it worked out by chance.
Their plan was to break their parents up.
Yeah.
And to make them dislike each other.
And so like they were pretending to get along. I think I missed something, and all of a sudden the parents started fighting that night. I think she said something to the mother. I don't really remember, but
yeah, they really lay on thick the "we're best friends now and we talk to each other," and Ariel said that Cosmo said kind of thing, and then to Cosmo, Megan said that her mom said, what was her mom's name?
Mom.
Mom.
Mrs. Mom, I think.
Mrs. I think you're right.
Yeah.
So Megan said that Mrs. Mom said blah, 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 blah.
So I remember she tells Cosmo to act more manly and aggressive. And so they go on a date or whatever. They go out to lunch, and he like has like a cowboy hat and stirrups on and whatever. And he like picks a fight with the waiter. That part was pretty funny.
But I don't remember what Megan said to
the mother.
mom.
I don't remember that at all either. But they get into a fight. They get into two really stupid fights.
And then the Cosmo and Mrs. Mom kind of figure out
almost immediately.
Yeah, what was going on.
Yeah. They were onto it pretty quickly. And so this is when I figured out the writing thing, I think. This is Ariel sends the message to the boyfriend, which I should have connected at the time. And when the dad warned her, like, hey, don't write to the boyfriend. Like, his dad's the emperor.
If
they're going to track us down.
Yeah, they will find us and they will kill us.
Right.
This is high stakes.
And so because the original plan didn't work, the next sabotage was going to invite the father over, as well as...
Yeah, Megan's father.
And Serena was her name?
Serena Sue.
Okay.
The neighbor.
What was the plan?
To get Cosmo together with Serena and the mom and dad back with the together.
Dad. Okay. That makes more sense. But the issue is that the dad hears of the engagement and is like, okay, whatever.
And then the dad ends up liking Serena.
Yeah, he sees Serena, and they are quite charmed with one another.
Yeah, she's attracted to his masculinity. He's attracted to
her being a freaky bitch.
To her thinking that he's masculine.
Yeah, they're a very strange duo. She's gonna have a lot of free time on her hands, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it. I don't think business is booming for her.
And the fucking water bottles they're shooting at each other.
Oh yeah, they're spraying seltzer. They have a food fight.
The seltzer thing, the bubble. Yeah, I never seen one of those. Yeah,
yeah.
Very strange. They're like shooting at each other, and they're like enjoying it. The parents are like, "Yeah, this is fun. Let's shoot more seltzer at each other."
This was just a strange and unnecessary scene.
But it makes Ariel freak out, so she runs into the bathroom, and Megan follows her in and sees that she's a bubble in the sink.
Oh no!
This is the first time there's confirmation that she's an alien or strange being of some sort.
And Megan runs in to tell everyone that, hey, Ariel is a floating ball of gas. And
what does Cosmo do?
Nothing.
He gaslights her into thinking she's crazy.
Yeah.
And sends her to therapy.
Yeah. Rather than say the truth, he lets everyone think that Megan is insane.
Unbelievable.
Great guy.
Unbelievable. The more I think about it, the crazier it is as I go through with the wedding. And it doesn't really become an issue that he lied to the mother.
Does she ever find out?
I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, certainly. It's really possible she doesn't know. Ever. Unbelievable. This fucking movie.
And maybe Cosmo's going to go on gaslighting them, making them think that they didn't go through the experience that they just went through. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
But now to get even further ahead of ourselves, now comes the wedding.
Well, first Megan is in therapy for a while.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Who cares about her in therapy, right?
So it's wedding day. Cosmo and Mrs. Mom are getting married.
Mrs. Mom.
Mrs. Mom. And
Megan still wants to stop it.
Yeah, she does. And for some reason, Cutter is at the wedding.
It's in their backyard. It's not like a big facility or anything like that. But yeah.
But that was just... He was not built into the plot in a way that he would be at the wedding.
Absolutely not. But I'm glad he showed up. And
because you think he's so dreamy.
We're going to get into it very soon. Why I was glad. Out of nowhere, Ariel's boyfriend, Fanul.
What a name.
Unbelievable. He shows up. Just pops out of nowhere. Well, it doesn't pop.
No, he doesn't pop.
Thank God it doesn't pop.
No one dies at the end. Well, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Die.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So he shows up in human form, and Ariel's like, oh my God, Fanul's here. And immediately the Emperor shows up, Fanul's father, and he's threatens to freeze Cosmo for running away from the planet.
That's like their prison They freeze the bubbles.
They trap them in a glass case of emotion. And I think Serena comes. Oh, yeah. Yes. Serena comes into the room and sees like these weirdos. She's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" And the Emperor just immediately freezes her. And she like kind of looks like a bunch of like compact discs. They're like slightly ajar. Not ajar.
Yeah.
Like off center. If you try to like stack them up 5 feet high. That's what she looks like.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I also like how he freezes her right away, no hesitation.
Oh, yeah.
But for Cosmo...
Oh, takes all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, buddy. Let's waddle over to this portal.
Very strange.
Oh, I dropped my pencil. Gotta stop and pick it up. Oh.
I just realized in my notes, my next line. Cutter at wedding. Why? So I guess that's where we see Cutter at the wedding. So Megan comes upstairs to find Ariel because the wedding's like starting.
Mm-hmm.
And she finds Serena frozen. And she sees Faneuil up there, but the Emperor's not there at the time. And Faneuil clearly is very attracted to Megan.
He doesn't like Ariel's yellow hair as much as Megan's brown hair.
He's very analytical about things. And Ariel explains that they're aliens, which, I mean, Megan should have known at that point, which is ridiculous. And how they escaped the planet. And then Cutter...
I wrote this down too.
So, who brings Cutter into the room? Is it the Emperor? Or Faneuil? Someone
maybe was he with Megan and she was like, "Come on, let's go find Ariel."
Someone brings Cutter into the room, and he looks over at Serena, who looks like I just said, ridiculously for like not even like in ice, like just ridiculous, like
ice cubes.
Like you wouldn't even know what she is, and he's like, "Huh, that's pretty unusual." We both literally laughed out loud at that line. It was amazing. And then no one else like reacts. She's like, "All right, that's it. That's all I gotta say." It just hit us just so right. It was perfect.
My God. It was a moment. It was a moment. So
yeah, and meanwhile, I think the Emperor finally finds Cosmo. I think Cosmo tries to convince him to stay on Earth and how there's like more freedom of choice and freedom, blah, 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 blah. Which makes me think, what if like the father didn't end up in the U.S.? What if he ended up in like North Korea? Do you think he still would have liked it as much? How are their fizzy drinks there?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
He probably would have really liked Japan.
Oh, so many fizzy drinks.
Yeah.
And then he's like, there's more choice, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm sorry. I think they're trying to convince Faneuil to stay as a human because there's more choice on Earth and you're not like constricted to like what your father wants to do.
Oh, I didn't think they were trying to convince him to stay human. I think
to leave the planet and like turn against his father.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he should stay human.
Oh, I mean, he could do whatever he could be a bubble on Earth if he wants to, but
he not even to stay on Earth, just say that because on the planet, that's why people were rebelling because they didn't have the freedom of choice.
Right. No, that's true. Yeah.
But also this entire time that they're in the room, they're not locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have just opened the door and left.
100%.
Yes,
and
that was cool.
They wait till Faneuil's like, "Oh yeah, let's do this," and he leaves with them. So all of them escape the room except for Serena, who's being icy.
Serena on ice.
And Serena on ice. Is that a drink?
Now it is.
Okay.
We're gonna make it up.
And I think the Emperor tells Cosmo, "Hey, go into the portal to go back to our planet," which is weird that he even cares that much in the first place. But whatever, and he refuses to do it. So he freezes Cosmo also.
Finally, after 12 years.
Thank God. Ugh. Ridiculous.
Also, Cutter is still at this wedding, just throwing it out there.
Yep, he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Faneuil gets into an argument with his dad, And then all the kids have blow dryers in the front lawn, and they're blow drying the emperor.
Because wind.
Yeah.
But also in a household with 3 people, 2 of which have long hair, there are 4 blow dryers.
Yeah. And also they're outside with blow dryers that need to be plugged in.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Nothing strange to see here.
So, like, nothing's happening. But then Trevor comes out with a gigantic leaf blower.
Yeah, Trevor
And he's like...
knows where it's at. And then...
He gets all, like, red and bubbly and whatever.
Yeah, that's the Emperor, not Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor's
Trevor,
okay.
That's the next movie. Yeah, so they blow him and he gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then all of a sudden he pops. Huge. He's a huge bubble. And he pops. Again, the Emperor.
So they murdered him. They killed him.
Oh, yeah. Fanoof killed his own dad.
Patricide.
Regicide.
And then the wedding goes on.
Well, they first unfreeze Cosmo.
Oh, yeah, they unfreeze Cosmo. Eventually, they remember to unfreeze
Serena.
Serena
Do
still.
they? Oh, yeah, she's at the wedding, I think. Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
And then everybody dances.
Oh, and also the dad picks up a call during the wedding. Her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her biological father.
Serena's like, ugh, what's up with that?
What a dick.
Yeah, they dance a lot. And they've switched boys by this point. So now also, at no point did it seem like Ariel liked Cutter. Until they were dancing.
There was a line at some point where she's like, he's growing on me, or something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they switched boys. And she's popular now, Megan.
By way of Ariel, yes.
And that's the movie.
Yep. Yay.
Great times.
That was pretty unusual.
I would say it was weird.
Would you say it was wonky?
No, that's Willy Wonky.
What a bonkers.
Would you watch Willy Wonky? It was goofy.
It was goofy. It was goofy.
All right, just some other background. So it was written by Chris Matheson, who also did all the Bill and Ted movies.
Righteous.
And he did a Goofy movie, which I loved. You ever see that?
I know that I have seen it because my parents talk about how much they hated it while my brother and I loved it.
It was so great.
And you have shown me the dancing scene at the end multiple times.
That's the second movie when he goes to college.
Oh,
but
okay.
also, both are the college one's better. Both are fantastic. And he also did Mom and Dad Save the World, which we just talked about before this, which I love. One of my favorite movies. It's very funny. And it was directed by Steve Boyum, who did Johnny Tsunami.
Wow.
A bunch of other DComs, which I won't get into because we haven't watched them yet. And he's also a stunt man.
That's cool.
So he's a, all-around achiever.
Go Glen Coco.
It's also based on a book by Francis Lance.
Never heard of him.
Her.
Her.
Wow. Sexist much?
Francis could be male or female.
Right, you assumed male. Sexist much?
Nah.
And the fun facts about this movie, you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
I have none.
What?
Yeah. So let's get to our questions.
That's unusual.
That's pretty unusual. It's not unusual, though. All right. You want to start or you want me to start with the questions?
You start.
Okay. What would you change about this movie?
The scene where we see the gas planet and they're all gas bubbles. They still had human faces.
Yeah.
And that was weird.
I agree. It's just like when she's a bubble in the sink.
Yeah. I think that they should have been more creative with their alien.
They should have bubble faces.
Yeah. Definitely bubble faces.
I agree. Good
so,
point.
That's what I would have changed. No human faces on bubbles.
I did not understand why Ariel was so popular, so I would have changed that. At least explain it or just make her not popular.
Do you think that the writer was like, if she's not popular, that's so cliche, so I'm just going to make her popular and break the mold?
I mean, it was kind of, but I wish it was just something like some like pheromones or something that made people obsessed with her. But none of that's explained.
No, it just is. We're just supposed to accept it.
Yeah. It's very weird. All right. Your question.
Other than the that was unusual scene, what was your favorite scene?
Why would you take out
Because
the
that's
scene I was going to put in?
That's clearly the winner for both of us.
I don't know. I don't even know what else to choose then if that's the case. I would say
I just ruined Sam's day.
ruin my life. Okay. I mean, it was a kind of stupid scene, but I liked when he dressed up like a cowboy and wanted to start a fight with the waiter.
All right.
That was fun.
Okay.
What was yours? And don't you fucking dare say the freezing scene.
I was not.
All right, good.
I liked the scene when they're in school and everyone's whispering rumors about Ariel.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
She dated Prince William and stuff. And it kind of made me think of Mean Girls, where they have people saying things about Regina George. Like, I heard you did this and I heard you did that. That's what I was thinking about.
That's definitely a trope in a lot of shows and movies. Like, we watched Heavyweights, right?
Yeah.
When they're talking about the kid that gets kicked out of the camp, and everyone's like whispering rumors about like what happened about him, like he was like whatever, and then the line cook who's like giving them food, he's like, "I heard your friend's dead." All right, who would you most want to hang out with?
I think Serena Sue, because, well, first she had cats, and I like cats, and she seemed like the most laid back in a not crazy way.
I could not disagree with you more. She may have been laid back, but she was like a psycho, I felt.
Okay, maybe not crazy isn't the right way to phrase it.
Yeah.
But
she's very into like nature and like holistic things, stuff like that.
Yeah, just that, but over the top. But I feel like I could deal with that.
Okay, that's fair. Mm-hmm. I would say Cutter because I thought he was funny.
I feel like he would. Well, honestly, all of the characters in this movie would get really old really quickly. So
yeah, no, I agree with that. Maybe the father who'd leave me alone.
That's true. Okay, I want to hang out with the dad.
Yeah, there you go.
Which characters would you ship?
I would ship. One's not a character. Is that okay? One is a character and one isn't.
I will wait to hear your answer before I say whether or not it's okay.
Okay. I wish I could ship, in terms of this movie, Ariel and the Wind.
Sure, why not?
I think they make a cute couple. What was yours?
Enemies become lovers, another trope.
Exactly.
I feel like this movie didn't allow for shipping other than the couples they clearly wanted us to see.
She had a friend that was in school. You could choose her for something.
Oh, right. She did have a friend.
Who we didn't discuss at all.
Does her friend even have a name?
I'm sure she did.
Yeah, I don't know. No shipping for me this movie, which is unusual. That's unusual.
Oh, sorry. Do you want... I'll start a hot seat, and hopefully we don't have the same question.
I feel like we might.
Me too, now that you said that, but we'll see. So, Joanna.
Sam.
Do you think aliens exist? Did we ask this question when we did Can of Worms? I don't think we did we?
I don't remember if we did.
That'd be really funny if that's the case.
Well, my exact question was, do you or have you ever believed in aliens? I guess I think that the universe is too big for humans to be the only life forms. So, yeah. I don't know if they're ever going to visit us. I don't know if we'll ever find any other life forms out there, but I do think that they have to exist somewhere.
I 100% agree with the first part. I think that they will not visit us unless they want to be known to us that they exist. That any other being that exists out there, if they know about Earth, they know about us already. So they'd have to like choose to be known because our technology is probably way superior than ours.
So Sam looks really confused right now because I randomly started cracking up. It's because I started thinking about the SNL skit with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, that's also great. But yeah, that's how I feel on the top. But I feel like it won't happen because think about like how long the universe has been in existence and also how big the universe is. Like, what are the chances they'd be close enough and also not only close enough, but also
interested enough in us.
I wouldn't say interested enough. Close enough, but also within the same time frame. Like maybe other beings existed, you know, millions and billions of years ago. And then existed for like even, you know, 100 million years. Who knows if that'd be in the same timeline as us.
That's true.
So that's how I feel on the topic.
And now there's a possibility of past life on Mars. They found a dried up lake.
I don't think that's true.
What do you think it is?
I think it was a Parcheesi game gone wrong.
Oh, but that means that someone or something had to be playing Parcheesi on Mars.
I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah. Come on, Sam. Open up your mind.
Open up my third eye.
We need Serena Sue.
It's a good name for a lawyer.
Serena Sue LLC.
Sure. Some other things about this movie is the main girl who plays Megan is named Courtney Draper, and she's in the show The Jersey. Did I ever show you that? Where like teenagers put on a jersey.
Yes, you have shown the clips of that show.
One of my favorite shows growing up. Absolutely loved it. I was obsessed. I was like, I wish I could just have some situation where I could become Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison, just like they did in the show. So I was very jealous of that. And also, one of the popular girls who we didn't talk about literally at all in this movie, she was also in Xenon.
And she was a popular girl.
In Xenon also. I'm pretty sure, yeah. She was a popular space girl.
She
slight
only
difference.
plays...
Very slight difference.
She only plays popular girls.
Which is a pretty sweet gig to have.
It is.
To be typecast like that. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Oh, wait, no. We have to go into your predictions from last movie.
And the Alexis Bledel test. First Alexis Bledel test.
Okay. Do you think anyone from this movie...
Yes.
...was also in Gilmore Girls?
I do.
You're wrong. This movie does not pass the Alexis Bledel test. There's like no one... There's like 8 people in this movie.
Yeah, but still... I feel... Is this the first movie that didn't pass the Alexis Bledel test?
I feel like most of them haven't at this point. Very few have had like an actor. They've had like producers or whatever, but
we didn't specify actors. We specified...
I mean, there's like a guy who like was in production, but that doesn't... He's in every single movie, so it's a real bummer. But alas, maybe the next one. Which brings me to... So your prediction for this movie during our last one...
It was pretty close.
It was spot on. You said that there was a girl, a female protagonist... Whose parent was now single at some point.
Also spot on.
Marries an alien.
I did say that.
Who has a daughter who's an alien.
Yeah.
They become stepsisters, which I guess very end it came to fruition.
Yeah.
And that she was embarrassed of her at school, which is somewhat correct because she was embarrassed for the first few seconds.
And then she's just confused.
Yes, I agree with that. And they're in middle school. And that she's trying to teach her how to be normal, and that outrageous alien things happen. So pretty much all that is accurate.
Yeah.
This is your second best guess from Don't Look Under the Bed.
That can't be beat.
Never.
That was incredible.
Are you ready for the next movie?
Yes.
The next movie is called Ready to Run.
I'm going to say it's about running.
Oh, interesting.
And people who are ready for it.
Now, who exactly is ready for it?
The main character is a boy, and...
What's his favorite food?
Spaghetti.
That's a good one.
Yeah. obviously there's some sort of family dynamic because all these movies have some sort of family issue in them. But that is the secondary plot. And the primary plot has to do with friends. So first friends, then family.
Where does running come into this?
Running is the framework. So maybe he's a track or cross-country runner.
That covers a lot of
And-
bases.
No, that's baseball, Sam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why it's called baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I'm
Yeah.
picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
so a
And
kid
so
runs
maybe
track
he's-
or cross country.
Yeah, maybe he's like preparing for a big meet of some sort or trying to qualify for something.
So a kid runs. He's trying to qualify for something. There's a family dynamic, and then there's a friend dynamic.
Yeah. But friend is more prominent in the movie than family.
Okay. For the next one, I'm gonna force you to say something super specific, so it's harder to stray away from it. But we'll stick with that for now. Okay, so I think that's all I have. You guys should check us out on Instagram, where we post mainly Bernie memes and some other, clips from our episodes.
Yeah, we also recently started replying to messages on Instagram, so you can reach us there too.
Who knew there were messages on Instagram? I didn't, of course.
Are we boomers?
Oh, and we should probably tell your name. Our name is Disney Channel Original Noobies on Instagram. The name of the podcast is pretty simple.
You can also email us. What's our email?
It's dconoobies@gmail.com.
Yeah, hit us up. And I think that's it. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think that's all I got. Yeah. Anything else you want to tell our friends and family out there before we go? Bye.
Bye.